Hello and welcome to Therapy of the Absurd.
Absurd. We're missing
No,
someone
wait, what?
and someone
Yes, and
else.
someone else. episode,
Hola.
But Dana will be here a little bit later.
episode 24. 24.
Oh my
20.
goodness, Stefan, you look like you're going through quarantine. Like I can see it. The scruff is
Oh yes,
just
this is how
screaming.
I stop homeless people from asking me for change.
How's that work? How's that working out for you?
They see it and they're like, he doesn't have any change, and they're right. I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
They're like,
Spare
can't afford
change,
rent.
sir, please.
May I have small?
Cause I'm poor.
Oh yes.
And
How's
look at
everybody?
Dan. He looks all
Oh.
dapper. Like, hey.
Looking all nice.
You look like you
Nice.
put some gel on.
I did because I'm out of my normal. I use Suavecito normally.
Suavecito.
Suavecito.
I just like the way it smells. It's like cologne and it's what is that stuff called? You know,
Despacito?
stuff- Stuff you put in your hair. It like, there's a lot of like Mexican barbershops that use it. What's that stuff called? Pomade. There you go.
Yeah, pomade smells good.
I prefer that stuff because that stuff you like, if you want to get rid of it, you just put water in it. With this stuff, it's like, tomorrow's going to be hard. Ice pick. But I wanted to look good for the people. I want to look as good as I can because from the neck down, it's just a shit show. And
You're like, beautiful. No.
Nice. This is the disaster of the COVID years.
Like, COVID?
You know what? It has nothing to do with that. It wasn't like I was active before COVID. So,
like nothing.
by the way,
Horrible.
this is not my usual mug.
He's drinking apple juice, guys. Okay, it's apple juice.
It's juicy juice?
No, it's not my usual mug. My wife called me as I was coming back from a rather hard day of work this week to inform me that she accidentally dropped my mug. You know, it's funny, that mug, my sister got it for me for graduation, and my mom looked at her funny.
She
High
was
school
just
graduation,
taking
not
it out
college.
on you.
This doesn't go to college.
Hi, Brittany.
Hi!
Hola.
I did it that way.
Hi, guys.
But yeah, not my usual mug. It was fine though. Like I was like, wow, that's not as bad as what happened at work today.
How you
Wait,
doing,
are
Nick?
you like Goldilocks? Like, this mug is too big. This mug is too small. Like, what's the whole thing, mug? It's a cup that holds the most significant thing of the day, your alcohol.
Your alcohol.
I have children, I can't say that.
It's adult apple juice.
But
all
no,
right?
this is slightly smaller than my other mug, and it doesn't matter what kind of mug I have because it looks gigantic because I'm a little dude. So
Maybe it's how your wife is keeping your alcoholism in check. She's a true hero in this. Saying,
She's like, I got you a smaller mug.
no, when she
She's
wants to keep my alcoholism in check, she just holds the pillow a couple extra minutes longer over my face.
You're like,
So
well, I'm not even going to get into that because that could lead to a whole other dirty conversation that we usually end up in somehow.
yeah, that does happen.
would that be a bad thing? Tell us at 555-8585-8585-8585. We don't have number.
How you doing, Sergio? What's up?
So yo.
Oh, I forgot to say, we got our stickers. So, by the way, guys, the reason you guys haven't received a package from us yet is because I was waiting for our stickers to finally arrive. They finally arrived! So, we will be mailing out those packages this weekend.
Do you have a sample?
Oh, not right now,
Oh,
but I'm going to go grab.
It's in the other
But
apartment
It's really
that I really live in.
It's purdy.
It's
Well-
perfect.
So, what y'all think of that helicopter when it was flying away from the White House?
So I've been tempted because I don't know. I haven't really put a lot of political Facebook posts anymore.
No,
But I was tempted of putting one that showed him like talking about how he will never concede. He will never, we'll go in there and we'll get this back for us. And it goes, and then I wanted to show the helicopter and put LOL, nope.
Nope.
Like, just But the problem is all that does is trigger people to want to talk to me that I don't want to talk about things with.
Well, and that seems to be Facebook, right? It's like a complete shit show on Facebook for all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Facebook is like a giant window, and common sense just jumped the fuck out the window.
Yeah, pretty much. But you know what? You know what the pettiest thing Trump did though?
Hey, thanks Facebook for letting us host on your platform. Sorry, Stacey.
No. So okay, I'm honestly so exhausted over talking about politics, all that. Like I'm exhausted. I'm so over it. But I have to give this to like Trump for being so petty. Like the gossip was juicy when I found out. So it is tradition for the White House to provide the helicopter to the next president so he can go ahead and come over. That sounded like a booty call. Trump refused the request for Biden. So Biden had to pay out of his own pocket to arrive to the White House. Normally it's provided by the White House. Trump said, no, bitch.
Well, I mean, he can
pay for your own ride.
let's be honest and straight here too, though. He can afford it. Okay.
Oh, he can definitely afford it, but it's tradition.
Yeah,
so
no,
Trump
I hear you. It's like a
went
respect
ahead
thing.
and said, "No, I'm not gonna do it,
No.
and you can't make me." So that was really hilarious to read. But yeah, I'm like so over politics. I'm so over talking about it. I'm like anything related to COVID or politics. I'm just exhausted. I'm like emotionally drained. Do you guys feel the same?
Oh, I feel you. It just drives me up. Mm-hmm.
That's
My
weird.
hands,
Like the crushing reality of existence hasn't already done that. Anyway, maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I'm already battling my own demons. Why do we have to add more onto it? Like, it's just like, all right, chill. Like, this is too much. Too much at once.
Did you see how many pardons he gave out?
Oh, he gave.
Isn't it like 200 or something?
He gave the pardon to the person Snoop Dogg told him to. He gave a pardon to Lil Wayne.
He's friends with all these.
He gave the pardon to Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah, there's a couple other rappers too.
But he wasn't pardoned from his sexual assault, so there's still a possibility he could still end up in jail. But it's like 2 years from now until we find out.
I believe that's probably now, we gotta say, in this day and age, the pardon power is bullshit. You shouldn't. Hey, I'm the president. What do I get to do? I just tell my friends they didn't do anything bad. Why are they your friends? like that's like, what the fuck? You shouldn't have, as the president, friends that you need to pardon. And if you give out a bunch of pardons, you have a bunch of shit friends. Like, I understand some people it's just a circumstance, or they were running drugs, which isn't really a crime. Fuck that. But like
jerking them off, dude.
Yeah. Shake weight. Anyway.
But the most hilarious part to that is the one person we all thought he would pardon was going to be Joe Exotic. Like, Joe Exotic was kissing Trump's ass. Like, Mr. President, please, please. But then Joe Exotic does not get the pardon that he thought he was going to get. They were already sending press releases saying that they were confident he was going to get pardoned. And he didn't. So Joe Exotic released a statement saying, you didn't pardon me because I'm gay.
No.
He didn't donate enough,
Yeah, what did he donate? Here's a tiger. I will make this into a rug for my living room. Thank you.
He's going skiing.
Yeah.
Who's going skiing? What?
Who's going skiing? Tell us, Nick.
Joe Exotic?
Speak the truth.
Joe Exotic was going skiing?
I mean, he's learning how to posture himself to go skiing in jail.
That's right. He's going to go skiing right into the wall.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of treatment Joe Exotic gets in jail. Like, is he considered like the pimp there, or
he gets what's called dingo style?
He's a bottom. I think he's a bottom, right?
I'm not talking I mean, kind of am, but I'm not talking about sex specifically. Like
we went straight there. That shows how depraved our like prison system is. It's like, hey, let's just calmly go right to that kind of banter. Oh shit, we're used to a lot of crap over here in the States. If you're from another country.
What kind of clique would Joe Exotic belong to in jail? What kind of clique? You have the S's, the fools. You know, you have your like main tough black guy robbers, or like, you know, gang members. Like, what?
He would be the Rat King.
Rat King. Would he be part of the trailer trash? Would he be like would he be the meth heads? Like, what clique would Joe Exotic belong to? Would he be part of like their own little LGBT like straightforward people? Like, I feel like I've offended a lot of things right now.
Be a power bottom. Be a power bottom.
Why are you only talking about sex positions? I'm talking about cliques. Jails have cliques. It's like high school all over again. You have the cool girls. Like, what would Joe Exotic be?
Joe Exotic.
See, you can't even say.
Would be.
I don't know, man.
The motherfucking Rat King.
I don't know.
He's the motherfucking Rat King.
What exactly do you mean by Rat King?
He would live in the sewers of the prison with an army of rats that only he can command.
I don't
and tell him to go get it.
I
don't think she knows Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Do you know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I haven't watched actually any of that show.
Younger, but
that's
wasn't the Rat the Sensei like the main?
Well, that's Splinter, but they did have a bad guy called the Rat King.
Oh, okay.
Well,
my childhood was Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, animated Batman. I was not a Ninja Turtles person. Sorry, guys. I was just too much.
Yeah.
Not a Ninja Turtle.
That was weird.
Oh no.
That was weird. Transformers.
Devin is the host. He has the best internet. If his internet goes down, we're all doomed. Hey.
We're all doomed.
By the way, Dana's in the backstage.
Okay.
She has made it just in time. Just in time. For the topic that Stacy has picked today. Stacy, what have you picked today?
Oh, today we are talking about. Okay, guys. So a majority of so we know Stefan and Dan are married. Dana and I are single. Again, if we're like dating people, we're still considered single because we're not married. So, but how many people in the audience are married? Like, there's several of you, right? That are like married. What I want to find out, because I am single and I am a walking red flag. What are the red flags that you guys saw when you were dating before you both got married? Like, what made you say, this bitch is crazy, I'm gonna run and never ever texting this girl ever again, or you ghosted them? Like, what made that red flag like the hell no for you?
I think one of the ones for me is eating at a Chick-fil-A, and she would bite her fingernails and spit them out. Yeah. And we're just sitting there and she's like biting them and then drink a Coke.
The red flag eating at the Chick-fil-A and the fingernails, or was it her eating the fingernails?
No, it would be, you know, the nibbling on her fingers and spitting out the fingernails. That'd be one of many in that one night, you know, because after that it would be, you know, commencement of belching, the likes of my dad. Like, this was a lady too. I was like, whoa.
And you guys were just starting to date, or were you like?
Oh yeah, this was our first date.
That was your first date?
Yeah.
Where'd you find her?
It was like an internet dating thing, and you know, we met up, and then she wanted Chick-fil-A, so I took her to Chick-fil-A, and we're just eating, you know, talking, trying to get to know each other more. And then that's when the burping after like a couple Coke drinks, and then the fingernails. And then while leaving, she even tried to start a fight with the patron. I'm getting in the car. No joke, dude. No joke.
Wait.
So weird.
I feel like There were some red flags before you went on this date.
Stefan, be honest, Stefan. Did you meet her at Farmers Only? Is that where you met her?
No.
This house Farmers Only.
No.
I was just wondering if the person that messaged him was like, "Hey, you want a Heine for the night?" I was like, "Holy shit!"
Why did she have to be Hispanic, huh?
It wasn't just Hispanic. It was the exact word.
Right
No,
now.
It's fighting words.
hey, how many girls you know actually refer to themselves as Heine?
Well,
Depends
I will
on
say,
what side of LA I'm at.
Yeah, yeah. So there you go.
I will say this though.
There's
There
some
might have been
right?
one or two other red flags, and this is where guys are. I hate to say it, we get really stupid, but she was just so gorgeous that I might have just went pew. I might have just ignored them, and then seeing all that stuff, then I was like, wow, no, I fucked up. This is crazy.
You didn't see that then. You saw it after. How many times did you go out with her?
We talked for a while before meeting up, which is smart on her side because I mean, if you just meet up with somebody you barely even talk to, it's kind of I don't know. But power to everybody. But that might be unsafe.
I mean, that just might be someone's kink. Let's not kink shame anyone who
No,
likes to
that's
go
true. I
on
don't
free
want to
adventures with people that have only said 3 syllables. It's like if they get to 4, I'm fucking done.
No, yeah, I don't want to yuck on anyone's yum, but we're getting in the car. She has her giant ass Coke, and I'm about to close the door, and she yells something and throws the fucking Coke at some dude's car, and then slams my door and tells me to hit the gas. I'm like, what?
All right. Okay, and please, whoever's watching, give us your red flag stories. Like, I love these. The fact that Stefan still talked to this girl after is really sad.
Oh no. That after that night, that was it.
Dan, what is your red flag story?
Well, I have a few things that I think should be red flags first. So eventually we'll get to the one that's real and you'll know. Okay. So this is the really bad one. This is while picking you up for the first time, they knock on your door and then immediately start trying to jiggle the handle to get in. All right. One other one is excitedly shows you their family photo albums. And it's all pictures of John Travolta.
Oh, jeez.
This is one that would freak the fuck out of me. This is frequently whistles obscure Smash Mouth songs. Like not Hey Now, You're a Rock Star, but like the ones no one has ever heard, like track 8 or something. Freak me out. No one knows what's on track 8 of a Smash Mouth CD.
Where did you meet this person?
Okay, this one's definitely not real, but I think this is a red flag. They say, "Hey, have you met my brother Eric Trump?"
Oh boy.
And right before dinner, they snort a line of pepper and then lick a picture of their own mother.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the one I had to let go. That went too far. Okay. That's what I've prepared
Where did you meet these people?
Right.
Christian
Most
Mingle?
of that was
what
not real.
This?
I haven't had an exciting enough life to have a lot of stories about that. Like most of the girls, like I dated before my wife, were like, "Let's hang out and play video games." And I met my wife, and she was like, "Let's hang out and play video games." And I'm like, "That's fucking cool."
You're like, I
knew how to pick them. But like now we don't get to play video games as much because we're parents and jobs and dishes and floors and comedy and the hot dog shop that we don't even run. It's just the case. We should sell that thing.
Dan, we're talking about red flags of you dating, not red flags in your marriage.
I think another one for me was like bad manners. Hence when the on the first date she belched like a champ, and didn't say excuse me. That was a big red flag. You're like, whoa.
Dana, what are your red flags when you're dating someone?
One of my biggest red flags, like this is gonna sound whatever, like I don't know, I can't think of a word right now. So one thing that got on my nerves really bad was a gentleman took me to the movies, one of my favorite things to do. I can't stand for people to talk to me at all during the movie. Like, don't say shit to me. We're here and we're here to see the movie. If we are to have a conversation, that needs to happen before or after, not during. And I don't care if you're trying to cheer somebody on or make a reference or a callback. In particular, bless this poor soul's heart, we were seeing the second Matrix, and like, remember in the first Matrix, like he bent the spoon. So then in the second Matrix, that boy has grown up and is still carrying that spoon. Like, you don't have to flag me about that spoon. Like, you don't have to tell me it's a callback. First of all, I'm a winner. I'm not a beginner. I love the Matrix too. And of course, I remember the fucking spoon. Like, just that's a thing. It felt irritating to death.
Yes.
That's a thing for me, period. Someone who has, this is gonna sound so insane. Of the many. But I don't think that one was so, I don't think the first one was so insane. Like, if you are more cluttered than me, like I am a cluttered person and I want to fix it, and it's pretty bad. I'm not even going to pretend. And so I just don't want to meet someone who like has that mirrors that quality, because I'm trying to aspire to something else. So if you have a little clutter issue, not a big fan of smoking cigarettes, like it's the thing. But and what's crazy is I've probably dated some of the ones that I was so crazy about, they smoke cigarettes, but it's a flag for me. Admittedly, it's a flag. Let me see, I'm trying to think, and maybe a third one, that was three, that could have been, I think that was three.
Well, you could say that was a smoke signal.
And what it was in fact a smoke signal. Love that. And I like intelligent. Oh, I like men who not so intelligent, of course, is important, but like who appreciate a woman's contribution. Like, I can't stand it when like you think like if we go somewhere that it's automatic. Like if I start asking questions or something, like you get impatient with me trying to, like, you know, help a situation. Like, I don't know. But there's a balance. You know, I don't want to ever be pushy, because someone's like, can you just relax? But I don't know. Like, so I just want someone who kind of really, really likes equality. When people are quick to shut a woman down because she's a woman, and I've experienced all of that. Like, that's a big red flag to me. Like, you're not more of a man because you shut me down. Like, you know, I don't know.
So that's it. Rude.
Right. But I'm noticing that, like, you know, you guys are amazing, but like I'm noticing, and it's taken me to get to a few birthdays, that like toxic masculinity is like really real. Like, and or you know, or maybe just misogyny, but like just this, you know, this blinders way of seeing things. Anyway, it's a subject I could go on about. But but in terms of like truly pet peeves, like, don't talk to me during a fucking movie. Like, just don't. Like,
I can tell you, like,
that's enough. That's enough for me to not talk to you anymore. Like, for real.
Both my daughters and I can't watch movies with you.
On a second date, I met this lady. She was from Africa. Really, really pretty, really awesome lady. And we went to go see The Hills Have Eyes 2. And she swears up and down to me, I love horror movies, right? So we're in the movie, and it's not even just that. I don't mind like people screaming in the movies if you're really scared. But then she's like squeezing the shit out of me. And like talking during the movie, like, I want to leave, you know, like, but I was like, what? This is what you want to see. What horror
movies have you seen before? Young Frankenstein. It was beautiful. Scary as fuck.
Oh no, yeah. And she's like, scary. It's too scary. I want to leave. I'm like, we're like already 45 minutes in.
Right.
Oh my gosh. But speaking of movies, you guys won't believe what I saw on TikTok today, because you guys know I'm a TikTok addict. But so I love dating apps. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I like dating apps, not because I really go see these guys or meet them, because I really don't. I'm horrible. But I love going on and viewing people's profiles. I happened to match with an actor, one of the main actors from the Step Up movies. I'm not going to say who, because I feel like I could get myself into some legal trouble. Now, this was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think. I can't remember. I have to go back to my screenshots, because this was the most scariest thing I've seen. This guy gave me such a bad vibe. Like, I thought that he was I mistook it as like fuckboy energy. Like I thought this guy was like a player. The way he was talking to me was very, very aggressive, like straightforward to exactly what he wanted. But it also gave me this creepy factor. And I'm like, you're hot. Like, you're really hot. Why are you being weird? And I've had it happen with other famous men too. Not going to go into that either. But it's luckily a very small pool. But I'm like, you're really hot. Why are you being really scared? So I never went on a date with him. I didn't respond after that because it just felt like either this guy probably sleeps with a lot of women and it's easy for him to pick up, or just feel like he's going to end up like hurting me in some way and he's gonna like, justify it or something. So I go on TikTok today and somebody actually went on a date with this actor. Turns out he invited the woman over who was discussing her story on TikTok over to his house. Who happened to be at his house? His wife, who was totally okay with him bringing women over.
Wow.
And apparently they have a shrine to their dead dog all over the apartment. And when she tried to leave, he threatened her and told her she could not leave unless they had sex.
Wow.
And she said she had to threaten him back with mace so she could actually leave. And it was like this creepy fact. I was like, oh my God, I know exactly who you're talking about. Because she was also being settled. Like, she didn't want to get in legal trouble. Like, again, this is the one thing. I've had people try to get me to sign NDAs, but the joke is on them. I'm Latina. I'm going to say everything. NDAs are not going to work. Like, I'm going to be like, no. I even had a
That's not usable in court or nothing. Nobody videotaped that. Oh shit.
I even had a guy that tried to be my sugar daddy, and I was like, nah. But then he started like giving me like $500 of like PayPal. He was rich, like loaded, and I didn't do anything. Like, I had to Google like a titty picture just so I could prove that he was a real sugar daddy. I didn't do anything, but. And then he was like, if you really want this to work and for me to give you $5,000 for like the day, I need you to sign this NDA. And I'm like, bitch, please. But I'll take this $1,000 you already Venmo me. Thank you. Bye.
Because Nick and his wife Brittany have met on MySpace.
Yep.
Aww.
Man, you guys are going to have to tune in another week when we ask Stacy. Because of all the dating apps, do you now have Swiper's finger, and has it enhanced anything for you?
What the hell is Swiper's finger?
Just a callus you get from doing this.
Oh, okay. Like kind of like playing guitar.
Get a callus on it, and it's just nice. Oh wait, I shouldn't. Let's.
Nick and Brittany, did you guys did you meet because you're like, is Tom your friend too? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's so funny. Such a small world. Like, how did that conversation go? Or did you guys have both Jeffree Star on your playlist or something? You're like, oh my God, do you like him too? Like, how does that happen? How do you hit up somebody on
Insane
MySpace?
Clown Posse. They both had Insane Clown Posse on their profile, both of them in Juggalo gear. And no, just kidding, Nick.
Oh, is that your default song on your page? That one's mine too.
Come back, you guys. So Brittany, you got to tell us next week, because we have some guests that we are excited to introduce you guys to, Brittany, shows, and everybody else. We have two amazing moms in the house, and how do I know they're moms? Because they have a podcast, We Heart Mom Jokes, and so. We love the moms. We love Lalitadee is out of the Bay Area and host a great Zoom show. I think it was like my second Zoom show ever, called the Momedy show, and or Momedy Comedy. But I just love that. And Smita, I just recently met over the Zoom airwaves and doing her podcast. But these two comedians are phenomenal, and they have activated their Wonder Twin powers of motherhood and are joining us tonight to talk about podcasts in the age of COVID, Zoom shows in the time of COVID, and parenting in its funny moments in the time of COVID. Please welcome Smita and Lalitadee. We Heart Moms.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. So welcome.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Okay, sorry, I just had to do that.
Yes,
Hey, you
so that
guys.
very soothing candle in the background.
Very soothing.
Oh yeah, if it sets the dry flower on fire, give me a heads up, okay?
Okay, we will. I see the plant over. Oh, the dry flower is next, and then you've got a real plant over there to the side. Okay, we got it.
I know.
He refers to that machine as the random excitement maker. What that's for.
All right, you guys. So I got lots of questions, and something I didn't think about, because I was on your podcast a couple weeks ago, and has it come out yet, or is it out yet?
Not yet. Soon.
Not perfect. That's perfect. All right, perfect. So
this week felt like people were busy with other media.
Right, we were.
Yeah.
Did you guys know each other before the pandemic?
Barely. Yeah. We just met like a few months before, and then everything shut down. And we actually got a lot closer after the pandemic somehow.
All right. And so, what made you guys decide to do a podcast together?
Everybody else seems to have a podcast. So we felt like we should have a podcast. That's really, we felt like we're not young and hip. Like, I don't have a TikTok, let's do something. And of course, we should have gotten a TikTok. Like, a podcast stopped being cool, 25 years ago? But anyway, that's what we went with.
Yeah, you have to, for the full pandemic experience.
So having a podcast is the full pandemic experience.
I felt that there wasn't anything out there that made fun of parenting. There's all these kind of, get in touch with your inner feelings. We love you. You're exactly where you need to be. It's like, no, I'm not exactly where I need to be because I'm stuck in a house with a teenager. I need to be on a beach in Hawaii without the teenager. That's where I need to be. So that all that kind of, channel your inner whatever. No. So we wanted to make a podcast that just made fun of how horrible it is.
Yeah. And if it feels absurd, it's because it is. So, let's celebrate how bad it is. Yeah.
Lolita, how many children? Or do you just have the one son? Or
I just have the one. You wouldn't know it by the smell, but hey.
Well, we don't have that good of a video card.
For the smell. We love it. Smita, how many children do you have?
I have 2, and they're very young. They're 5 and 2 now.
5 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question for both of you. What would you say have been some of your, and maybe if you just name one, your funniest moments, with your kids, like this is so funny that I have to find a way to bring this to the stage. Lolita?
Oh, I talk about him a lot in my comedy because, you can't shoot him, so you might as well get some comedy material out of it. And this is exactly relevant to the joke because he asked me quite seriously a few months ago if I would still love him if he became a Trump supporter. And I said, well, I'm your mom, of course I would still love you. I'd have to kill you. I'd make it very quick. I love you. I'd make it painless. So that was a good moment.
Yeah.
Nice. Smita, you have 2. So because I just want to say this, I'll interject really quickly. I will never forget. My son was probably 4 because I remember he could talk, but maybe he was 3 because I could still carry him. And I guess we had never been out in the rain and got caught in the rain without an umbrella. And he was, I think wherever we were leaving, he was asleep. So I was carrying him to the car and he wakes up and, me holding him with the rain coming down on us. And he says, why is God spitting on me? And I'm just saying, I feel like we all have. There's a ton of that. I've documented a few on Facebook. Tell me a little about some of the funnies with the 2-year-old and the 5-year-old.
Well, okay. First of all, they do tons of hilarious things every day. But Lalita, you know this about me. I have a point of view on this, which is, look, nobody finds your kids funny except you. Okay, so. So that hilarious joke that I'm sorry not to spit on your jokes, but so I've talked about this with some guests before on our podcast as well. It's hilarious and it's exhausting and wonderful and funny, but I don't know. They just say all kinds of silly things all day long. But I try not to talk about it because I'm like 100% sure that nobody else finds it as amazing. I'm like, my children are comedic geniuses, obviously, but no.
Yeah, my daughters are 8 and 9, and sorry, 9 and 10. Oh, daddy.
Oh,
you're in trouble now, Buster.
Yeah, that's okay. They don't watch the show. I wouldn't let them. It's filth. It's fucking filth. Anyway, but I forget where I was going. Anyways, continue.
Funny things with the kids, like so, and Stefan and Dan, you guys are both parents. Any funny moments? I mean, your dads, you're the other half.
My daughter asking me, why, Daddy, why is the dog biting my toes? Why? Tell it to stop, right? And I'm like, well, why do you keep pulling them away? I don't know. I mean, she's 7 years old. Her name's Yukiko, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Like this learning from home stuff, like, and since even March, man, that's been tough. Especially, I can't imagine anyone having like, if she was younger than 7, man, I would have already lost my damn mind.
You would have started a podcast, Stefan, with
sooner.
me.
Yes.
Right. You have to make it we hard mom and dad jokes. Yeah,
because that's like, man, dude, to when you think about it, like if you were single, no kids, you kind of like, even in the quarantine, yeah, okay, it sucks, but you kind of got it made. Just saying.
Wait, no, I mean, if you're single and there's no one around to express things with, it's a little tough. So I feel for our single friends.
How about like this? I've heard people say things like, I haven't hugged another person since April, or like I haven't, and I'm like, I am hugged out, like,
because you've got little ones, you've got their best.
I still have to carry them sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, yeah.
So
the only thing I would say is that my daughter, when I started comedy because of COVID and started the podcast because of COVID, and well, not because of, but thanks to the free time that we started with, and now I'm back to work like full time. This is hard. I'm so tired. But like I remember my daughter, she goes, "Hey, an apple a day," and she goes, "Keeps the doctor away," and I say, "Yeah, especially if you throw it at them." She goes,
Stacy does not approve.
She never throws apples at doctors. And then she goes, "Hey, Dad, are you going to use that in your act?" And I go, "No, it's low hanging fruit." And then she's like, so I haven't used it in my act yet, because it's like, where do you shoehorn that in? Like, hey, listen to my dad jokes for a little while. I'll be that guy.
Brittany put something up here. When Haley was 4, we had just gotten our puppy Billy. Billy nipped her, so Haley bit her back. We heard a loud yelp, as Haley would happen. Her response, "Well, she bit me, so I bit her back."
That's
Wow.
comedy gold. That is comedy
Yeah,
gold.
that dog will learn.
That's
Okay.
comedy.
Really ready for adulthood. Like, oh my God, relationships are followed that principle.
And let's go back to the beginning. Lalita, how long have you been doing comedy?
I've been in comedy for about 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I you probably won't be able to see this on the Zoom filter, but I'm a little on the wrong side of 21. And so I turned a certain age and realized that the next stage of my life was going to be dead. And so I should get to my bucket list, and comedy was on it. So I went for it.
And so who would
She's
you
amazing at it.
Oh, so who would you say, like comedy is a big thing. Everybody tells that story, but was there any comedian or comedians that you had heard up to that point that then kind of led you to have comedy on your bucket list?
Inspired you, influenced you?
Not really. I mean, women doing comedy have always inspired me, because there's a way that, like someone like Joan Rivers, who could just be so mean, but so funny at the same time. And that's kind of my brand of humor. And it's hard to be that in real life, because people don't know what to do with you. Yeah, it's funny, but it's not really. And are you just being can I swear a little? Can you just be the B word? And I don't use that word not often, but people think that. And so comedy is a place where actually it's the only place where I can really be myself. I have to filter myself in real life, because I'm an asshole, but I'm also funny. That's it. It's out there now, the truth.
Yeah, and that's why I say the same thing. I'm like, this is freedom. I think the ultimate reason that any of us are here is because there's freedom, and there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Smita, how long have you been doing comedy, sis?
Okay, I've been doing it for a really long time now. It's 10 years.
Wow.
Yes, 10 years. But I
Whole
took
decade.
I took 4 years off in the middle just because I was having kids and just everything. And but then I, came back and here I am. So
Yay.
yes. Yeah.
4 years off in the middle. Now that sounds like, the child bonding program I want here in America for a birth. That sounds like the right amount of time. Like, hey, I'm having a kid. When will you be back? You're going to have to buy 4 calendars.
I mean, like, what? When you're that sleep deprived and cranky and like just in this fog of hormones, nothing's that funny. You're like, you know what? I don't feel like laughing. I have slept for 2 hours.
Yes, I can tell you when my wife went back to work and our kid was very colicky, didn't sleep very well, and then she went back to work and I'm sitting there, and my mom already had passed away. All family members are far away, and I'm sitting there kind of between laughing and crying.
Yeah.
Right, because it's like, fuck, dude. Like, I had no sleep. I feel like shit, but it's also kind of funny. A little bit.
Plus time, then it gets funny.
Yeah, plus time, exactly. So Smita, for you, so you're 10 years in the game. Like, who were some of your influences? Like, what kick-started you into comedy?
Well, actually, I've always been like the class clown. I think we all were, right? Probably everyone on this thing, the one always talking up, talking back, and all of that stuff. So I was always.
They used to pick on me.
Oh, well, that's the other one. Right?
That's the other one. Yes, either class clown or the one that was bullied. Yes,
by the class clown.
Yeah, it's like, tell me your trauma and I'll tell you what kind of comedian you probably are. Like,
oh man, that's a great
set, Smita.
Let's do this.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. So yeah, and just I don't know. Like, I think I remember seeing people like Russell Peters, who's this Canadian Indian comic, and
amazing.
He's amazing. And so like just being just amazed by how good he was, and also it was like, hey, Indian people can do this and talk about being their lives, and it was really eye-opening for me. So yeah, but over the years,
all his stuff about his crazy parents, I love it. That stuff gets me all the time.
Yeah,
I admire like Indian comics, and I've been one of our great I think Zoom show runners in this time. His name is Mayur Chauhan. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he's great.
I love doing Mayur's show, and one of the things I tell people all the time that I had a whole bit that got inspired because he has always a lot of Indian comics. And then one show, like I was begging him to get on a show, and it was like around Indian independence. And so every comic on the show was Indian except for me. Like, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, well, I feel like I got an invitation to the cookout. Like,
you made it.
Right, I made it. But one of the things that I always hear amongst Indian comics is how much parents badger them to get married. And it got me to thinking, after hearing comics complain about it so much, I was like, dang, my dad has never asked me when was I and it actually just being in the company gave me like a whole, it started out as a callback and now it's like a whole I'm so single bit, and my dad has never asked me. But anyway, but do you like, is that I know obviously it is a for real pressure, but tell us a little bit about that. Like, was that something you experienced as well, that your parents were like, when are you getting married?
Yeah, so I don't know, my parents didn't do that to me. But I definitely had lots of like cousins and friends who experienced, and it was very real, like seeing it all around you. And I was kind of like waiting for it to happen to me, but I think I just hurried up and got, matched up by myself before they could say anything. Yeah, but it's true. We're kind of slightly very interested in marriages and weddings. I mean, did y'all see on Netflix the arranged marriage show on Netflix with like she was like an Indian matchmaker, and like it is kind of a cultural obsession. I don't know what to say. It's kind of embarrassing.
So now is your husband in any of your stand-up? Like, do you?
No. Again, no. Like,
like I'm just not talking about family. Like, no.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just feel like I don't find them that funny. I don't know what to say. Yeah.
You're like walking around. I'm the funny one. You clean that.
Yeah, I actually do believe that there can only be one diva in the relationship, and it's me. So,
So you're like,
my
and
God.
that's it for that.
yeah.
All right. Like, what is so? Well, Smita, with you doing comedy for 10 years, you've probably like, have you toured? Have you like? No, she's like, no, I've just been.
Well, I've toured by default because
Okay.
you know why? The thing is, I've lived in many different countries, so I started doing it in Hong Kong.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I moved to the East Coast of the US, and then I moved to the West Coast. So kind of like I've sort of had to build up my comedy community 3 times.
Wow.
And so it's kind of been stop and start. I haven't really made a thing of it. Maybe one day, I don't know. But it's still really fun just to do for its sake, right? Like
yes, that's a powerful thing to do for its sake. Like that's a very powerful idea. Just because I think, I don't know about anybody else, but I like the main reason I jumped in was like I had something to say, and then I'm like I'd look forward to the day when I go all these places. But then there's just a lot to be said for just having your say, the freedom to have to have the skill, to build the skill and have your say where wherever you like, whether you get a TV show or whether you whatever, there's something extremely special about what we do. Like,
and I think like the idea of slowly touring by changing residence is revolutionary.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm thinking about, can I talk the wife into it? Like we could do all 50 states over 50 years.
Okay, but I have much more of an important question. How is stand-up in Hong Kong? That sounds awesome, but I'm just trying to see, was your audience natives or tourists? Like, what was like? How was that?
Yeah, so it was a one club town, the one club in town, basically. It was like, and we all knew each other, and it was an English comedy club called Takeout Comedy, and they also did some Cantonese, but most of it was English. And so, everybody knew the owner. He was this wonderful person called Jamie Gong, and he is this wonderful person called Jamie Gong. And still
alive, folks, still alive.
Yeah, it had that kind of small town feel just for that reason. And there's a lot of English speakers there, and so yeah, we had packed weekends, and they even brought in comics from the US to perform for a few weekends. So that was kind of cool. I don't know, people like Paul Ogata, Butch Bradley, can't remember other names.
I think if we're talking about exotic places where we've done comedy, I feel I need to pipe up. And, I used to do comedy in Wisconsin.
Right.
Oh. Ask me whatever you want. Ask me whatever. There was also some English clubs there as well.
When exactly did you get sick of the beer and cheese diet?
The original.
Wait. You're originally from where again, though?
From Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. So the beer part. Maybe,
I'm sorry, Wisconsin people, close your ears. Everybody else, listen. Wisconsin cheese. And...
oh my gosh!
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're in California. We're okay with that.
Right? And the beer, yeah, I'm not a big beer person, but yeah, I guess the beer is good in Wisconsin. If it's between beer and cheese, if you had to lock me up in a room with either or, I'd go for the beer and have the cheese imported from the Netherlands.
Did you develop a local accent too to add on top of your own accent, like
the Wisconsin accent?
Yeah.
Oh my God! So. I don't know. Yeah.
No, cheese is shit. Like, how does that? I'd like to hear like this.
Yes. The Wisconsin Netherlands accent. Fantasy.
I'm an international touring comedian. What can I say?
Yeah, we both are. Look at us.
I was gonna ask you. The question originally was, "What is your dream stage? Like, where? Like, is there if you have a dream of where you want to perform? Is it like Caroline's in New York, or is it like whatever Staples Center? Like I don't know. Like what Lalitadee, what would be your dream?
Hanging in a cage, a bunch of people with leather.
No,
that's just fine. Never mind.
Oh, that's a hard one. Somewhere super queer, I guess it would be. I mean, the Bay Area is good. Somewhere big in San Francisco, I think I'd be very happy. But I wouldn't say no to New York City
Okay.
either. But somewhere where I wouldn't have to worry about offending people. And so for me, it'd be more quality than quantity. I'd rather have 20 super engaged, fun audience members and 1,000 people booing.
That's
Right.
true.
I think my cage idea would not be offended by very much. They'd be fine with a lot of things.
Right.
As an international touring comedian, Smita, where is your like dream stage?
Okay, so I had like a little time to think about this while Lalita was speaking, right? You know what? In this year, I would take any public venue.
Right.
A third grader like school's like, no, I got my clean stuff right here. Here you go.
Just any place where I can see other human beings close up, I'm good.
That are your same height and not
not children. No. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I think okay, is it basic for me to say I would love to have a Netflix special one day?
These are the things
It's not basic, it's ambitious.
Yes, I am a person who believes in visioning. So yes, tell us more about that Netflix special that you'd like to do.
Oh my god, just so then I can like show it to my parents and be like, see, I'm cool.
Right.
So basically, it's for bragging purposes.
Yes,
Right.
yes. International bragging purposes, yeah.
Did you see the Yvonne Orgy HBO? I think HBO because she was just like, what is it, Mama? I made it,
Yes.
And her whole bit about, she says, if you ask my mother, you can see my daughter on HBO. Like that's her, like that's, that's a good special. I think it's a great.
I feel Stacey's big on TikTok, and there must be some techies around here, and I reckon we can fake a Netflix special and somehow stream that onto your parents' TV, and I feel we can make this happen somehow.
Wow. Elaborate, but I like it.
Dad, I went to source number 2, like you said. This is real.
I love how all of you guys are like, I need to impress my parents. My parents are like, we gave up on that train wreck a long time ago. Like, she was on Jerry Springer in her early 20s. No, I think I was 18. Like, after that, my family's like, we have no hope for her. Whatever. She does what she does.
It's weird. I hear that all the time, and it's strange because, like, at comedy shows, you hear stuff like that a lot. And the last open mic I was at, people were telling about, and I came up and I said, so my parents support me and the other comedians at the show and stay the whole show. So I'm going to suck. Anyway.
Oh, like
that bombed horribly.
I don't know what quite happened. You'll have to tell me again. Interestingly enough, like my dad, whom I love, of course, like we all love our parents and feel like they're the reason that we're not as great as we could be. Like, I mean, we can unpack it another day.
Yes.
But my dad, who never encouraged anything performance in my life, encouraged me in no way to pursue what I'm now pursuing. I feel like it was an act of defiance to finally get here. Mm-hmm. Finally, after he sees my show, he says, well, I don't regret anything I've ever done as your father because you are doing this great thing and you just do so well. I don't know what I taught you. And I'm going, nothing. Like you taught me nothing. In my mind.
It must have been the genes I passed down to you,
right,
as if I had any fucking thing to do with it.
But he's an 86-year-old cancer survivor. What am I gonna say? Yeah. Like, and because these thoughts are running. So that's, it's just a funny thing. I think parents and all that. On the other hand, as I always joke, he always skips over me. Well, I just know that my grandson is gonna be, and it's when you start this art thing early, like he's gonna be something one day. And I'm like, and when I told you I wanted to be an actress, even at 20, what did you say? Go back and get that math degree. Like that's, So anyways, I think the parenting piece is just very funny, and I think we just all have these great dreams.
So I'm gonna add really quick though.
Please.
My mom refused to go to my shows because she was always, she always knew she was gonna be the butt of my jokes, and she finally agreed to come to a show. But none of my jokes had anything to do with her this time, and it wasn't intentional because I would have riffed on my mom. I don't care. My mom's already a good chunk of my material and a lot of my trauma. But
you bounced it off her already.
But so when she got there, she assumed she was going to be the butt of my jokes. So she goes, and as she is coming as she's going into the comedy club, she introduces herself to every single person there, saying, "Hi, I'm Stacy's mom. You're probably going to hear about me." To every single person.
Oh my
That's
lord!
so funny. I love it.
And I couldn't believe it. I think I didn't realize it until I had said hello to a few of the people that were there at the show. And I was like, "Mom, I didn't include you in this set. I feel like I'm disappointing you now. Like you weren't part of this."
Not tonight.
I was just going to talk about my fake titties today, but okay, if you want me to throw in a joke about you, I'll just say that you held my hand through the process. Like, I was like, oh my God.
Lalita, have your parents seen you do comedy?
They're looking down on me from heaven. Well, that's my mom. My dad is looking up, but yeah, they.
Right.
All dads, according to
That's
George
why I
Carlin. All dads.
That's why I always wear pants when I do comedy, because
That is too funny. And so have your parents seen you do comedy though?
No.
they don't even know. Shh.
Come on, no, they know, but no, they don't. I mean, but I haven't really been in the same country as them when I'm performing, so.
But we're on Zoom now. Like, have you done Zoom shows?
Yeah, but I didn't invite them. I don't know.
Girl, okay, I know.
It's true. I ran out of excuses. Thank you for calling me out, Dana.
No. Okay, all right. So as I know, we've got to, we're so grateful that you guys came. I got like a couple more questions for each of you. All right, Lalita, you first. Okay. Your son becomes 18 and says, "Mom, I want to be a comedian." Your answer is?
Do it, because you know what? It's one up from being a YouTuber, which is what we're heading for. So yes, I will consider that a win.
Nice. All right, Smita, you have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. So 2 girls, girl and a boy. What do you have?
A 5-year-old's a boy and the 2-year-old's a girl.
All right, so let's start with the 2-year-old. She gets to a certain age and she comes to you and she says, "Mom, I want to be a comic."
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
Do it. You have to,
Oh, the way you that.
Just don't stay at the Comedy Castle. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The comedy. Yeah. Bring mommy with you.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Smita? I'm sorry. What did you say? Because I was
bring mommy with you. I'll take care of you.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised none of you went, "What did I do to you for you to want to do stand-up comedy? How did I traumatize you?" That would have been my quick reaction, because like we all mentioned it, trauma in some way brought us to stand-up comedy. So that would have been my first question. I would have been like, what did I do?
Your 5-year-old says, the boy, what do you say to him?
It's the same thing. Like if you have the, if you have the fire, like you have, I mean, the numbers are not in your favor, kids, but give
it your best shot.
Yeah, right. You don't want to do a little degree on the side just in case.
Yes.
Shoot your shot, but do get your degree.
I mean, why not get a degree in something you can use as an artist, like contract law or something? That's what I would tell that's what I tell my kids now. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll protect you. Mm-hmm.
All those contracts we sign all the time, eh?
Yeah, I've done 2 so far, and it was fucking exhausting.
Now, I do have this question. I know I'm always watching the time. So yesterday, what a day, right? The inauguration. Like, I'm saying this to the moms here. Like, I'm of age that our youth poet laureate, Amanda Gorman, could, she's old enough to be my child. Like, did you guys have like a sense of pride watching her like do her thing, or what? I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but as I saw a comedian do on Instagram, she does a lot of stuff, and she says, "I understand now why God gave me boys, because if that was my child, like I would have cut up on them all, just like, go baby, go baby. Like everybody can hear you talking to the world, like, you know, just, and I totally like could get it. She was just like, the angels on high are hearing you right now. Like, so I don't know, did you guys have, you know, and this is not because you guys, I know I don't know, like in terms of the age thing, I think me and Lalita are close in age. Smita, I don't know if you're old enough to be that girl's mother, but I don't know, I just felt a sense of motherly pride. What about you moms?
I can go first. I have a point of view on Amanda Gorman, which I will proceed with saying she did an amazing job. She's very, very talented and an amazing poet. But honestly, they could have like photocopied like an old, like, I don't know, whatever poet you want poem and just handed it out and said, read this, people. And I think people would have still had a very strong reaction, just because we were all so desperate for someone to step up and say, you know, yes, I see you, like it's been rough, you know?
Right.
And so just, I think it was very well timed and much needed. So I felt chills, you know, when she was reciting.
She was.
Crazy.
I've seen her. It's so funny. Someone had turned me on to her like maybe 2 years ago. Like, just, you know, have you heard about this girl? Like, you know everything, Dana. Like, have you heard of this girl? I was like, no. And then when I saw her come out, it was amazing. What about you, Lalita? Again,
I was thinking about it. I felt incredible, kind of I don't know, national is the right word, but some community pride. I don't know that it's maternal. I mean, for sure, you know, I'd love to be that girl's mom and feel, because, you know, God bless my son, but I'm unlikely to ever feel that kind of incredible sense of, oh my God. But who knows? Let's give him a chance. But just a sense of, oh my God, after everything we've been through. I mean, like Smita said, she embodied what we feel, but to be a young Black woman in the United States that we live in, it wasn't just also imagining the amount of time she would have had her voice taken away from her as she was growing up. Just this continuous, just knowing what especially Black girls go through in the education system, and all of that put together. I don't think it's maternal, because I feel I'm looking up at her. Maternal suggests I'm kind of looking down like, oh, good job. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
This is someone I mean, I would never have the courage and everything, the forbearance. So it's more I look up to her. Like, she's an absolute inspiration. I thought it was incredible.
Wow. So you guys, tell us what we can hear and see the podcast, so we can let you, and we want to actually have you guys back to the broadcast at any point, but tell us a little bit more so we can tell everybody. We got a great bunch of folks in here listening and checking us out. So tell them where they can, when the podcast can be heard and where they can hear it.
Go for it, Smits.
Okay, so our podcast is called We Heart Mom Jokes, and you can find it on all the major podcast platforms. And basically the premise is we talk to other moms who are also stand-up comics about this absurd experience of parenting in a pandemic. Lalita will tell you how much parenting advice it has.
None, zero, nada, zip, zilch.
Yeah, if you're looking for.
We've done about 12 episodes now. We've done it in 2 series, and the first one had some very good ice cream advice. I won't say more. You're gonna have to go and listen to it. And then the second one, I forget now who it was. It might have been Deva. It was Deva, and there was a little bit of unwitting advice. It was witty, but unwitting advice in there too. But basically, it's not an advice podcast. If you want good parenting advice, go anywhere and then just let us know what you find. Yeah,
we'll go there too.
Well, you guys, thank you for being a part of our broadcast again, you guys. So I know you just said where all the podcasts are, but you guys, so that's Apple, that's Spotify, that's Stitcher. Is it Stitcher?
Yeah, it's it's everywhere.
It's just to name a few. And so we're just so happy. And again, you guys, We Heart Mom Jokes. Please follow the ladies at We Heart Mom Jokes on IG. That is Smita's, and then Lalitadee Comedy.
Yeah,
Mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. And then Lalita.
Oh wow.
Lalita,
Wow, Mom. Don't take my comic books.
We Heard Mom Jokes. You guys got me laughing. Lalitadee Comedy. Okay, on Instagram. Let me go back. On Instagram, We Heart Mom Jokes. almost favorite. Now that's you, Smita. Sorry about that. And then Lalitadee, and that's Lalitadee. It's right up there, you guys, where you can see it with 2 E's, comedy on Instagram. Follow the ladies on their podcast and on their Instagram. You guys, thank you so.
Thanks for having us.
Well, I know
Thank you.
Lalitadee is going to stay with us a little longer.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to talk about these emojis.
Yes. And
Oh,
then,
okay.
Smita, you said you had to go, right?
I gotta go put the kids to bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank
All
you.
right.
By the way, a bit of parenting advice: never use a hammer.
Oh my lord. Jeez. Ay, ay, ay.
Wow. Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
All right, and now we go on to emojis.
You're going to send it to me?
No,
I
I'm
did-
not.
I-
I'm
no.
showing it right now. I was just a
Damn,
little
I
slow.
don't know. You guys, don't scare me. Don't scare me. We talked about me and Dan.
We talked about it. I'm showing it right now.
Let me know when you're ready for me to show it.
I'm showing it. It's in the backstage. It's having a fun
Here we
time.
go.
Sitting back there, drinking a wine.
All right, you guys. So my job here, the mission was, since I accepted it, was to just kind of go over the emojis that we need that we just don't have. They just don't exist. And so roll it, Dan. Let's see what we got first.
Oh fudge! Give me a second because I messed up on something here.
Okay.
Oh, there's an emoji.
I want that thing in front. Do you see this thing? I want it in front, and it won't come in front.
Uh-oh. What is okay?
Oh
There
well,
we go.
there we go. Mic drop.
Mic drop. So very cool. I think we need this. I think who doesn't need the mic drop? Like, okay, emoji. Like, yeah, I'm not into like beefing too much on my what do you call that, on my phone? But like when I do make good points on social media, I need that mic drop. Anybody else need that mic drop? No, just me. Okay, yes. Lisa.
After a really good dad joke, I like doing mic drops in front of my kids, and they're like, "Okay, microphone, don't you care?" Anyway, so
What we got next?
we got this. I gotta click it. Click
Okay.
it. There we go.
But first, coffee. Like,
Ooh.
like
Mhm.
look at those
Oh.
eyes and the intensity. I don't understand why that poor emoji only has 4 fingers when maybe that's emoji, 4 fingers instead of 5. But I think that is the impression I get from all the coffee drinkers right there. That face and those fingers.
That was my mom in the mornings, man. She didn't want to hear nothing or do anything until she had her coffee. You
but
know.
first, coffee.
I
And
am
its
grumpy as
fingers are-
hell.
What was that? Stevie?
I was just gonna say I'm grumpy as hell without having caffeine in me in the morning. So I can just say something really mean and put that emoji and be like, "I told you," like,
Right.
bitch, coffee.
Right?
I need to take one sip of coffee when I wake up. Otherwise, the rest of the day, I got to like
And be
this.
like, I need you to back off.
I'm going on tour with you, and we gonna hang out.
Right. Just back off.
Yeah.
Then, anyway, what's next?
What is it?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I like that one. That yeah.
like
Yes.
I'm probably aged out of this one, but my goodness, it would be like there was a point in my life where it was extremely helpful. Like I just, I've aged out of it now.
I mean,
Uh,
this reminds me of a very professional one I thought of, which is somehow doing this as a emoji. It's in the professional workspace. We do this a lot. It's just not when women are around. We do that to like, oh, what was your idea again? No, that fucking won't work in the software.
You're just,
I'm just kidding. We don't. It's
Oh,
that's not real.
what's next? I can't, Dan. I can't. This one just like I just loved his eyes because it's kind of close to the ones that exist, but just like where'd they go? Like I don't know if you've ever been the person that everybody left behind. I have. And you just, this is just, I thought this just nailed it in terms of self-deprecating and thirsty, just like
yeah. Ronnie has one breakfast beer emoji.
we do need that one. I will have to seek and search it out.
I see Wisconsin's represented.
Right. Exactly. What's next, Dan? Let's see what it is. Oh, just Taco Tuesday. Like I'm
I
not
can go
really,
with that. I love Taco Tuesday.
and I'm not
What is-
necessarily
Wait, that's a pig.
right. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, can I just say that I think it's a pig. I have to admit, I'm embarrassed. I don't know why.
Hey, no. Al Pastor is good too.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
Al pastor is
right.
pretty good.
El Pastor
Okay.
and carnitas are pork.
I'm
We
sorry,
have a
but
place
this is a
in
white
in
thing.
Rancho Cucamonga. Oh, well,
This
just let
is
me
a
just
white
say real quick.
person thing, okay? No, you don't need to designate a date for your tacos. Tacos are good every single day, okay? This
Yes.
is a white person
Yes.
thing.
Breakfast
Don't dare
tacos.
designate a date.
No,
Dinner
it's just when they're
tacos.
really cheap because I guess that's when they killed all the unwanted chickens.
But like, I'm trying to figure out, like, was I like so
You were probably
sleepy?
tired, Dana.
Right. And I put beef instead of pork, and then I probably, oh my goodness. And then my
There-
mind, anyway, well,
But there is a place here in Rancho Cucamonga. You got to try it. It's called Fat Burrito. You get their puffy tacos, get a shit ton of them. What it is, it's one of those tacos where they deep fry the corn tortilla so it puffs up and everything,
right.
along with putting al pastor in it. So you know you've made a good choice for your colon.
Right. That sounds
It's
awful.
like hot
really good.
lava.
But
But
I don't
actually,
really
that's
want
the
it.
thing about it. It's Mexican food where you don't feel like the same loaded way as you do after most Mexican food. They really do. Good.
Another emoji that I wanted to see that I haven't seen yet is one where you're trying to tell somebody, hey yo, you trash. So a you trash emoji.
Right. Like what they have that in the Bitmoji world. There is one that's kind of a dumpster fire, like you standing in the dumpster fire.
Oh, okay.
But I guess, but to your point, if I was trying to text somebody else to tell them that, like I could say that about me, but I cannot say that about them. So I received that. That makes
it'd be like a mean face, and they'd have a finger in a bag of trash.
Like you trash. What we got next, Dan? I'm so embarrassed about this pig. I just thought this was cute. It's a bit dated, but all of them are single ladies. Oh, and Stacey, you just brought up the single ladies tonight. So here's
Yes.
our single ladies Beyonce Beehive situation.
I think this would be the emoji I would use when I'm gonna go tell a friend I'm gonna go hoe around. Like, I'm gonna go be a hoe.
Well, if you think about it, if you went to the bar in a unitard,
Oh, geez.
I think it
I
makes
would
a
get so many
unitard in
drinks.
high heels. That makes a statement.
Right.
But on stage, it's entertainment, and that's great.
Okay.
You know which emoji I would love that I would probably use all the time with my friends? It would probably be like a finger wagging one that has like a bitch. Like, you did not say that, bitch. Like,
Right.
that is.
And oh no, you didn't.
Yeah. No,
Is
you
that-
didn't.
oh, well, yeah, it is. Like, usually when one of my friends says something snarky, I'm just like, my automatic response is bitch. But if I had an emoji, it wouldn't seem so harsh. It would totally justify bitch. Like, I love that word.
Even if the picture is like funny, that goes with it, it may not even be as offensive either, right?
But I want an emoji. I don't want to use a GIF.
right. So that's why. Well, okay, we'll have to think of that because, like, you can't the finger unless you. I don't know how you get the that part. Like,
It's like the
We
hand
have to
wave
think
one
about it
that
as
has
we are
like a-
developing these for Apple tomorrow.
right.
Well,
9 a.m. sharp. Get the coffee ready.
Another one is something
Saw
that
the emoji.
if you're trying to just be disrespectful, you're trying to be an asshole, and you're trying to just shut an argument down, right?
Right.
So you got to have yo mama. I want a yo mama emoji.
That's that's a good one. Just to do it. Let's see what do we got. What's the next one, Dan? Because I want to get.
There you
Yeah, I send this to my kids. They go, "Damn it, Dad."
That's a throwback. Like, I saw a great Funny or Die sketch, and the guy they were asking him questions as he was coming into the US from his passport, and there was just a point they said, well, can you dab? Like, that was and I don't know, and I have a great love affair with dabbing just because kindergartners like to dab. Like, it's a thing. What else
we all love that clip of the Squidward, the float going by, and Squidward's there, and they're gonna do a dab, Squidward, and the guy on the float goes real quick.
Oh, jeez.
By the way, never do a dab forwards if you're white, because then they get you.
Oh, yeah. Don't. No.
Oh shit! Hey, it was okay. I was demonstrating it. I'm not part of the anyway.
Okay, and we appreciate that sensitivity. What's next? I know we have to wrap these up.
I'm so confused, but okay.
The next one.
I got it.
Yeah, I like this.
Right.
I like this.
I think people of all cultures can relate right here. Right. And, and it goes with its partner. The next slide which is part 1 and part 2. Yeah, right there. It's my period. And so yeah,
wait, why is it celebratory with all the ribbons and stuff?
Right,
No one told me ribbons came out. No one ever told me ribbons come out. There's no ribbon, right?
It has everything to do, Dan. It's the partnership with the last one, because if you're happy about the nope, then this is a celebration right here.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
Oh
right.
yeah. I remember that a lot in my 20s. Like, did it happen? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
okay, yeah, I got my period. Okay.
Actually, I would love a red I would love a red drop emoji, and then use the slam effect. So when somebody's being when you're feeling like you want to be a bitch, you just give them that big red flag, say red dots, and goes bam, like it hits your phone with some action. It's like when you text somebody Happy New Year, and you get that slam effect automatically.
Or congratulations, the congratulations confetti thing too. Yeah.
Right. This would also be good if someone was trying to skirt menopause. Like, I'm just saying, like, this could be
Or hey, come give blood.
anything. So like, just
But not with that method at all.
Because man, I can, it hit a little close to home. Like, mine disappeared and then it came on back. I was like, oh, okay, so we're not in menopause. Okay, well, all right. Okay.
Menopause pre-pause.
Or you could change the instead of it's my period, I'm on my period, right? Somebody hits you up with a booty call, and then you send them that one.
Right, and it's so funny.
Damn.
I thought about that when we pulled this out. I said at the caption, you nailed it, Stefan, because that's what I was thinking. Well, Stacey, this is the last one is the closest, but it's not. I know it's not quite what you're looking for, but this very last one is the best eye roll. Like, that's about. It's not bitch, but it is. It is a good eye roll.
If you work in corporate America, this is used a lot in meetings. You find out what the fuck did they sell now?
Right, because the other ones that exist don't quite eye roll to the side.
No, they go up, and that's the one I use.
They go up, or they're right.
It's the one we have, but it's not really. I don't think it fully expresses that level of frustration. The side eye roll.
Exactly, Lolita. Exactly.
The one that we have is too innocent. I need them to know that it's attitude with that emoji.
Right.
Can you show this one again, Stefan?
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
See, this one I was wondering, I had two ideas, and I wonder if this is really close to it, was horrified / aroused, as I call scared stiff.
What?
What did you even say just now? Like, what?
It's almost there. Like, yeah. And the other one I have for this space, I think this captures this better, is I hope that sound is not my parents right now.
That is a good one. I agree with that. I understood that. Yes. I hope that's not my parents right now. How did you get your first?
Horrified. You know why? Better. There's a Patton Oswalt bit about like a horror porn where it's like you'll be scared stiff. That's just beautiful. You go look at Patton Oswalt. If you don't know who Patton Oswalt is, he's a comedian.
Right. Oh, yeah. I don't know what I've heard of him.
His wife was an amazing author too. She wrote a book about helping to catch a serial killer.
Yeah, Michelle McNamara. She's one of my favorite quotes by her is he asked her, so in your research, is there any hope? She goes, well, it's chaos, so be kind.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite quotes.
Because you never know. You don't know where everybody is in their life, man. You know, people could be really, down. Yeah. So, yeah.
But, on that note.
Yes.
Let's go to a little game here. What strange, harmless thing can you send in the mail that would cause national discussion or concern? Only thing, they have to be harmless.
Okay. I'm ready when you're ready, Dan.
My hair's messed up. I can see it in my feed.
In your feet? You can see your hair's messed up in your feet?
See, that's what the gel does. It screws up your hair while you're sitting here. Sorry. What? Yes, we have gone back to what strange, harmless thing could you mail a bunch of people that would cause a national discussion or concern? Now, I guess maybe I'll just start us off with a few ideas while everybody's thinking about a few.
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
So this started because I had an old friend that used to talk about what would be the best thing to mail, and we decided what it would be was shoe boxes filled to the brim with peanut butter.
Oh, jeez.
Like just to the brim.
That's bizarre.
With a note on top that says, "Jelly's coming next, bitch."
Oh, jeez.
To millions of people at one time.
How
Oh
high
my.
were you?
Huh? I was at work at a store, so I was waiting to get high. We also thought of well, we didn't think back then. That was the 90s. But I've also thought of a single iPhone without the matching other side. iPhone headset without the matching side. 2 millions of people.
So it'd just be like the wrong headphones sent with the
Yeah,
phone?
just one side of the iPhone AirPods, throw out the other side.
Ooh,
Maybe
so
one of the weaker ones.
You're cutting off the right side and sending out the headphones?
Yeah, just for fun. And then
Oh, that would piss a lot of people off if they really needed the headphones.
spent gift cards with less than $1 balance.
Ooh.
Oh, you're asking for someone to cyberstalk and murder you. That's what you're doing.
Barbie fingers.
Ooh.
Or like hands, right? I don't think
Like
the fingers
nothing else after, no bombs, just Barbie fingers. A whole bunch of them, enough to fill a shoebox. That will take some time.
Yeah, you're gonna get reported to like the FBI, bro. You're gonna literally think you're a serial killer.
And then my final idea is a message in a bottle that says on the bottle it says, "Please throw in the Atlantic." And on the inside there's a bottle that says, "You didn't do it, did you, asshole?"
Okay.
What ideas do y'all got?
I was thinking maybe like a box that has a jar and it's like your collected toenails and fingernails for like 2 years.
Ew.
You can mail that to millions of people. You are a fingernail producer.
5 years.
You produce those things. He's like, I drink a lot of milk. My nails grow at a rate of 1 inch per day. Here you go.
But it would be lighter shipping than peanut butter in a shoebox.
Right?
That peanut butter idea is expensive, but it's so gold.
It's so cold.
When I get
What
rich,
a waste.
if I get rich, I mean when I get rich, I'm peanut buttering so many people.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you end up
Ew,
hitting
so
up someone's
disgusting.
house and they're really hungry, you've just saved their life. Okay.
Yes.
That's a
What
lot.
about peanut allergies, though? I don't know if it's
Oh.
harmless. I think you're going to have to go with almond butter, and that will set you back at least 4 times the amount.
More expensive.
Damn, I didn't think of the
Domestic
collateral
terrorists
damage.
can't afford to be domestic terrorists.
I
Oh, man.
think I would have one or two. So it would be I would send positive pregnancy tests with just one letter saying, "See you soon, Daddy." Or I would send like a very official business looking letter that seems anonymous saying, you are being contacted by the city to tell you have been in contact or have had sexual intercourse with somebody that has an STD, you should get tested. Like I would either have like a professional letterhead STD get tested letter or a positive pregnancy saying, "See you soon, Daddy." I think those would be perfect.
Scary.
Right. All of it.
That reminds me of an old story my mom told me about. A friend of hers told her, and I don't know if it's 100% true or not. I think she swears it was true, but she went out with some guy, and then he just abruptly stopped hanging out with her, and she got this coffin in the mail. And
Coffin?
yeah, like a miniature coffin. And I guess he had found out that he had AIDS. Yeah, that's fucked.
No, wait. Why the coffin in the mail? Was there a letter explaining it?
Well, it's like it was like
funny if
maybe it was
there's
a
no letter.
I'm not sure, but she was telling me that one of her friends' friends opened up that already sounds like really bad even saying it that way. My friend's friend, but opened up some kind of box and there was like a miniature coffin in it, and it was explaining that he tested positive for AIDS. That's just like that.
Oh Lord! All right.
You gave me a better idea though. Then I would mail an envelope with dirt in it, and then put a letter that just says, "Please scatter your aunt's ashes."
Oh my. The only other one I could think of, I'm trying to think of stuff that'd be weird. Maybe you could send. Oh no, actually, that wouldn't really work unless you got a collection. I put my baby teeth, but like, I mean, how many? Like, that's a lot of people. I don't think I had that many teeth.
Your baby teeth, just like
Yes.
no, but 3D printed baby teeth.
That sounds more expensive.
All the truth is, all of these ideas sound expensive. The truth is, like, none of this stuff is free and all of that. But as long as we're
Also, none of
why
this stuff's going to arrive. Have you heard about the United States Postal Service? It's just you're gonna have to FedEx it, so
right. Ronnie Shooter says Stacy coming through with the winner.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
The dirt. I feel that like that's probably the one that we could actually accomplish if we were really, with any real effort.
The dirt. Yeah, that'd probably work. Ooh.
I don't know which other one. God, I'm so fucked up as I'm having to think all of these.
Well, I mean, imagine, you break up with somebody and they move out of state, and then maybe like 2 weeks later you get a package in the mail, and somebody's, you guys split up, you gave them the animal, and you open the box and your animal's in the box.
Ooh.
Ugh, okay, I'm almost. That's too fucked up for me. Whoa.
What happened to harmless? I don't know. That just has a different meaning in my world.
That's like Psycho.
I feel we're in 7 category. That movie with Brad Pitt. I think
No, you got to do it in dog years.
Oh my.
Whatever that is.
I agree. That would be like a
7 years
thing.
to a year. Yeah.
I agree. That'd be crazy. What were we gonna say? I know. Stacey?
Maybe like those little cheap voodoo dolls, and then just mailing it and be like, "I see you," with a pin in it.
Sounds like fun. To people I don't like, not necessarily a million people, but definitely the people I don't like.
Nick is commenting on your statement, Lolita. What's in the box?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to give it away. You'll have to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Lita has to get going very soon. She has an appointment, but just real quick, what would you mail so many people?
Yes. What would you guys mail people? Audience.
Yeah.
Oh, Ronnie said chicken bone, saying it's someone's missing cat. Ay.
That's funny.
Ronnie.
I love that.
So, Lolita, what do you have after the chicken bones?
Oh my God, what would I? Strange and harmless. I think I would get Dan to create a few more emojis and print those out and send those, but a really weird one, and see what people did with that. And then maybe you could have like an email address where they can email what they think it is, something like that. It could be interactive. I'd want it to be interactive.
Ooh, an interactive emoji.
Yes.
For those in Walnut, this that was taken by the white power people used to be a game we used to play, those assholes, where you had to actually put your finger in it. Well, if you saw it and I knew that you saw it, I could punch you. See how good and juvenile this is? Okay. But if you put your finger in it and pulled your finger out, you could punch me. But if you put your finger in it and I held it, I could punch you until you got your finger free.
I feel
this is what boys did.
My idea got totally hijacked here.
We have Sergio Wolf. He says glitter bombs.
Oh wait, I thought of another one. Oh god,
okay.
Screwed up. But I think a vial of red food coloring with a letter that says, "You are not the father."
Ooh.
Wait, what? Nick? Aunt Julie did that? Aunt Julie, if you're watching, that's hilarious.
What is it?
When I was a kid, my aunt in Fontana at the time mailed me a Togo bag of shellfish from the local hometown buffet.
Oh my!
That got the evil laugh from me. I love that because it's real and wrong. What the hell? I know which aunt did it.
What's a
Only in
Togo bag?
Fontana.
What's a Togo bag?
Oh, to go. I think he means to go.
Oh,
I thought that too.
okay. So I'm
I
just
thought he meant like she put it in a bag from Togo sandwiches, like it's from a totally different restaurant, which would
I was
even be
trying to
more
sound-
nutty.
Okay, or maybe that.
That is too funny. Nick, like, okay, so I wasn't the only one. I'm glad I asked out loud. Like, okay, got it.
Yeah.
I think that particular to go is usually spelled with a dash, right? Like it's so, like the English
Well,
language.
I work next to a Togo, so like
Oh,
that's
I love
what came
Togo.
into my mind first when I read it. I was like, oh,
I was like,
because-
is Togo a country? Because I'm like, is that what I'm talking about?
Oh, here we go.
Turns out it's a 2 OG bag. I like that too.
oh, okay, an OG bag.
Never was a 4-letter word put to more creative use.
I love it.
When
You
I was
know
a kid,
what?
they used to call Togo bags doggy bags, and it's like, but I don't have a dog, and they go, then I'm taking it.
Ronnie has a great
autocorrecting
idea.
all over the show.
Oh, Ronnie's.
Yeah, I think you have a brilliant idea, and then you have a letter in there that says, "When I held this, I thought of you."
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay.
Or
okay.
can't you wait to meet who's behind this?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and then they send you back, not impressed.
There we go. AKA doggy bag. That's what he was trying to say.
Yes, a doggy bag.
What's
If you
an
had a
OG
cat,
bag?
no, you can't take it. Fuck them. That's how that works.
I've never heard of a to-go bag though for a buffet. That's
Don't they charge you by the pound?
No,
So-
no,
more like
no.
a
You
Ziploc
don't know
bag.
my aunt. She would find a way to have a to-go bag from a buffet. It doesn't matter if they allow it. Are you kidding me? That's not a no. Is it like she didn't look at a sign that says it's okay to take stuff? She's like, fuck this, I'm taking stuff. Like,
Well, that's like my nieces or nephews when they were really young, hometown buffet. Take some stuff and cookies and put it in their pockets.
I got so much au jus in my pocket.
What's that in your pocket, sir?
Oh,
My sandwich.
Well, that's why, like, every
Prime
time
midnight.
I don't know, it's crazy. Like, my family loves buffets. That's why we're all chonky. And I think every time we go to a buffet, the owners probably look at us and it's like, freak, we're gonna lose so much money today. These fatties. Like, we don't take anything to go. It just gets stored in there until dinner.
I think buffets are probably a thing of the past for a while. They might come back. What do you reckon? COVID. I'm not going to be in a buffet for a while.
Oh no, yeah, I'm with you on
But
that
there
one.
will
No
still
way.
be all-you-can-eat sushi because it's not like you go to a buffet. It's like you say, "Give me that roll, give me that roll," and if you don't eat one of them, the waitress gives you that look of like, "Fuck you for not finishing." And you're like, "With me?"
That does exist, and they charge you for what you don't eat. That's almost like the United States at its very best. You will finish your plate, but it's to avoid people over ordering. So that does exist, but I can't see that happening. Isn't like with sushi, okay, maybe, but with the kind of stuff you put on a buffet, I can't imagine sitting at a table and saying, I want 4 slices of quiche, 5 scoops of mashed potato. Give me some extra of the chocolate cake because I might want to have dessert in the middle, and then we'll start again with coleslaw. I just don't think you can actually admit to that rather than just scooping up yourself.
Well, I don't know if that's how it starts. I think it starts with parents going, "The fucking kid only eats chicken nuggets, and I want something else. We're going to hometown."
Right.
Yeah, that's what happened with my dad. We'd want to go somewhere nice, and he's like, "Yeah," but the kids, either they don't order and eat all their food, or they just, he doesn't want to hear them whine. So we end up at hometown buffet. So he can eat what he wants. They can eat whatever the hell they want.
Right.
Nice.
What is
Maybe
this
you
putting
should go
in
to
chicken
Twizzler and-
McNuggets and
I
chicken
know, what is that?
strips? What attracts them to chicken strips and chicken McNuggets?
They're
kids.
not green.
Yeah.
No,
they're not green. They look
because
like
they're simple. They're simple shapes, and they always taste the same. It's reliable,
yeah, it's a
and
taste
kids
thing,
like
yeah.
reliable because they're going to have to try to eat it fast so they can get back in the fucking ball pit. That's what it's all about. Get back in the ball pit. They don't have a ball pit at Sizzlers. We used to go to Sizzlers a lot, and I used to love the tacos. And I went as an adult, and I went, "This is dog food." Goddamn dog food. I'm never going to Sizzler again. They used to have like steak and Malibu chicken. I used to like that when I used to date one of the girls I was talking about earlier. And in that one bit, she snorted pepper. Anyway, what's it called? But I used to get the steak and Malibu chicken because I was a growing boy. I'm still a growing man, but it's the wrong direction. And like
Lord.
I went and got it one time, this steak and Malibu chicken. Horrible. But anyways, but we should move on. And I know
Well,
that Lolita's got to get.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Finished, but it's great to be on the show. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome, Lolita. Thank you.
And so, when are you guys mailing? Let me just so I can send my kid to the letterbox and ask him to just make sure. Send me a quick text when it's in the mail. Good to see you all.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much for
Great
being
to
on
see
the
you.
show.
You're always
Yeah.
hilarious. Every mic I see you at, great. Oh.
We lost it.
Hi, she's freaking great. If you ever get to see her live, you got to see Lalitadee and of course Smita. So
I got their information right here down at the bottom. Lolita at Lolita Comedy and Smita at Almost Favorite on Instagram, you guys. And
The podcast, We
yes,
Heart Mom
we
Jokes.
don't want to forget We Heart Mom Jokes podcast.
I don't know. The upside down, the M's.
Oh, the M's.
The M's.
It's not West Side guys, all right?
Yeah, I don't know. But to me, West Side is just an M.
Oh,
Like, if you do it, it's an M, right? It takes, I just discovered it takes coordination to do my life. Okay.
You don't mean West Side, all right?
No,
mean
we don't.
Mom podcast.
In my best Tupac, like, you know.
Oh, there you go.
anyone ever learned this one? Did you ever learn this one? The blood one? Because is that a real thing?
Yeah, that is a real
Because,
thing.
you know,
That is a
take a
real thing.
picture. Get me
No,
associated. Just kidding.
No,
I'm not.
This is just West Side. This is not. Is this gang affiliation? Like,
No, it's not. Just like
just West Side. Or
yeah,
Mom.
this one's not gang affiliation at all.
I feel
Dan.
what's
This
the word?
one's not gang affiliation.
I would
Neither
get
is this
shot if I
one.
wore my hoops doing any of the hand signs.
Like, I feel like now that's a good one. I can't. I'm.
Oh, the Star Trek
What
one?
is that, Star Trek?
Yeah, it's Star Trek.
Yeah, live long and perspirate.
Dan's last one, you missed it, Stacy. Was
I gotta
not
practice.
Star Trek.
Yeah, it's this one. This is a hand sign that's universal. You see this on every douchebag car, like a douchebag Rollo rider. This is one of your red flags. You see this bumper sticker on the back of a car, red flag.
Yeah, no,
You guys,
he's
I'm
not.
I
excited.
didn't
I
know.
can do it. I can do
Oh,
it.
there you go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I
I'm trying to keep
didn't know
it
that.
Yeah, I can't do it on my other hand.
You know what's funny?
I
I've
can
been
do it with the
practicing.
right. I can do it with the left, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
right.
can't do it. I can't
I'm
do
No,
it.
I've been practicing since I was 10 because of my stepdad. He loves Star Trek. So
Yeah, I can't do it on the other hand though, dude.
I
My
can't
hand
do it
is
on the
like-
right. I can only do it on the left.
I can't do
and
it either,
maybe
that's
guitar.
what
I don't know.
Here, that's all I know how to do.
Now, what was Nanu? Like, what was on
Oh,
Mork
Mork and Mindy. Mork and Mindy.
What was Manu?
Was it
Nanu,
Robin?
what was
Robin
the
Lee?
Yeah, I know this is hang loose, which is
Okay.
that's how people know you're not actually from Hawaii when you're there. Is you wear a shirt with this?
Mork had a greeting. Mork had a thing. Robin Williams, our
I
great.
used to watch that with my mom. Yeah, Mark.
Who remembers "Hail President Screw"?
Oh, from Spaceballs.
Yeah.
I love Spaceballs.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
you know
like,
what? He didn't. He just did Star Wars. He wasn't doing. I thought for some reason he had his own, but he was just doing Star
Oh,
Wars.
he was doing the Star Trek
You know,
thing.
just, you know, Nanu. That was his.
Yeah.
this is how stupid I
Better
am
than
with
Nanner
hand
Nanner.
gestures and hand whatever things. Okay, there was that video of that nurse who had all like her gear on, and she did that hand gesture, and I didn't know what it meant. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I didn't even know the white supremacist hand gesture. Like, that's how bad I am with like all these weird things. Apparently, there's one now where like they like flick their hat if they have one, and that's supposed to mean lamb fucker or something? Like
A lamb fucker? So a white supremacist, everybody, eventually will be a lamb fucker.
Well, they flick.
You
no,
all
so
fuck
what they
animals,
do
you white
is
supremacist bastards.
They flick.
Anyway.
They flick the tip of their hat, and I'm like, what does that mean? And I had to like Google like flicking of hat, and it said
That's
it
a
was a
real
lamb
thing?
fucker, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Never
Lamb
heard of that.
I was gonna say, what is a lamb fucker? Like what
That's
happened?
the first.
I
It's
think
like a sheep fucker, but also a pedophile, apparently.
it's
Horrible.
It's a cowboy that sleeps with its animal. I don't fucking know. Like I just found out like a week ago because I was trying to figure out why a bunch of videos from Clapper, which is like the conservative or Proud Boy version of TikTok, because I was really curious to see what was on there. Yeah.
Wait, do
So-
you mean that other one, Parlor?
Parlor got removed, right? So
Yeah.
they made their own version of TikTok called Clapper. And believe me, like I was like, what the hell? But a lot of the guys wearing hats or cowboy hats or regular caps were flicking the end of their hat, and I didn't know what that meant. And so I had to go Google and on TikTok to figure out that apparently it means lamb fucker, but they don't know that it means lamb fucker.
I would think it means flicking your fedora as a neck beard, which is funny because the neckbeard community kicks both ways. Either they're totally left or they're totally right. It's kind of funny.
We also have something interesting going on. We want to show.
It's not do not Google lamb fucker as Ronnie suggested, right?
Well, Nick put heavy petting. All right.
Yes.
That's the appropriate term.
One of the most amazing album names ever was from NoFX. It was Heavy Petting Zoo, but don't look up the album covers if you're sensitive. It's pretty hilarious.
Okay, so
That's funny.
we're doing the next
We're doing it.
topic. The next
Doing it
topic.
old school.
Are you going first, Dan, or am I going first?
No, you can go first. I have ideas to add on to the beautiful thing that you have picked.
Okay.
I know I thought of it, but you picked it. And that meant a lot to me, and I want to see what you thought.
That meant a lot to me. All right, so we're
It touched me
doing.
deep inside.
Oh my lord! We
Ooh.
have funny Las Vegas themed hotels that should exist.
Yes.
right.
It was coming up. Now it's here. Briefly.
All right.
Oh, man.
Last minute Google thing you might be able to tell. It was really last minute, so I apologize.
Yeah, you had to stretch a few graphics. Cool.
Yes, you can tell that this is literally just me. I did not get as much. My wife did help me a little bit, but I ran out of time.
I love the Excalibur, but just nostalgically because it was the hotel when I was a kid when they started trying to get kids to come in.
Yeah.
Even though Circus had already started it, the big thing to bring kids in, one of them was Excalibur, the MGM, the Mirage, things like that.
All right, so we have funny Las Vegas themed hotels. All right, so my first one is The Simpsons, and it'd be themed after Krusty the Clown. Thoughts?
I think a lot of kids would die. Like you've seen in The Simpsons, right? Like Krusty is completely reckless around children without drinking a lot. He just does a ton of coke. Yeah, they introduced that later on in The Simpsons. It was ridiculous, but which also like a children's entertainer that does a ton of coke, not a good idea. Like just my PSA for the evening.
I think it would be great. I love the Simpsons Land and Universal. It's not just going to be a crusty hotel, okay?
Oh yeah,
But I think that would be pretty cool.
But think of the danger factor because Sideshow Bob would always be trying to bomb it.
Oh jeez.
He's only after Bart.
No, that's the shower curtain, dude. That's the shower curtain. You go to take a shower and you don't pay attention. You turn around. It's Sideshow Bob on the shower curtain.
Nope.
So Brittany Show said, "Isn't that Circus in the comments?"
No, this is way more cracked. This is way crazier.
Like
That's
are we
why.
talking-
But seriously, my kids are afraid of clowns. That's why when we go to Vegas, I'm staying at Circus.
All right, here's our
Yeah,
next one.
'cause that way I know when my wife and I go gamble, they won't leave the room.
That's
is-
so funny.
This is more
That's
historical.
brilliant.
Yeah, keep them in that box.
We have Attila the Hun themed hotel. Why not, right? No? No, Attila the Hun.
And until the Hun themed hotel, I feel weird about the possibility of waking up to someone spearing and raping me at the same time. This is not. This is not a fun
It's just
idea.
What?
I don't know about this.
No, you can't even go in the hotel unless you're dressed in that age period of clothing. I think it would be amazing, and you have to talk like they talked back then too.
I think you made this to just beat Trump in what hotel would fail fastest. You're like, fuck him and his record. I'm going with Attila the Hun. No one will go. Threat of torture.
Torture. What do you think, Stacy?
I feel like I didn't watch Hostel for a reason, and this would just be the live action.
Anybody have any?
I mean, the non-clothing part doesn't bug me because it's Las Vegas, and let's be real. When we go to the casinos, we see a bunch of girls already showing almost close to their nipples. There's just like one line of clothing. Like, clothing is not the problem. It's, the whole pillaging and death and murder and rape. So, yeah, I have a problem with it.
What's funny is Ronnie Schnover's comment is close to it. It's the Heavy Petting Zoo themed hotel. Nevada is a place where I wouldn't be surprised if bestiality became legal. I think, as David Cross once put it, was Texas that made homosexual marriage illegal in the same year they re-legalized bestiality, because that's
pretty nuts.
Hey, fans in Texas. Rodney Dangerfield's hotel.
Yeah, so Rodney Dangerfield themed hotel.
Rodney Dangerfield.
So it'd be called No Respect.
Yes.
Right. So you
go
go
with a lot of places with your wife to go to build stories for your career.
I don't know. I mean, I love the idea of, having something themed, but I don't think I would base an entire hotel based off it. I would prefer something more like a Tim Burton based hotel.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But in this hotel, because one of his big comedic things was he gets no respect, right? So when you go in the hotel, you'll notice something very unique to other hotels. Nobody respects you in the hotel.
Oh, that could work.
So you walk in, you're like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Fuck you," and you're like, "Oh shit."
I just go to New York for that.
Yeah. I've always said that New York would be more realistic if it smelled like piss. Sorry for our New York viewers. New York and Texas out already. I'm sorry.
But there's that one, and then we have this one as well, which is more of a historic one.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You can't do this. You can't do Marquis de Sade as a hotel.
The Marquis de Sade Hotel. I think it would be amazing, right? So you go.
Are you talking about the Toby Hooper's Night Terrors with Robert Englund as Marquis de Sade?
No. You walk in.
Horrible.
You walk in, and as you stand in line to get your hotel room key, there's these maidens and male maidens who walk around, and they have little spanking flipper switches. And so as you're waiting in line to get your hotel, you get spanked.
Okay, I know who the hell this was, so I googled it, and this notable idea is sadism. What the hell's wrong with you, Stefan?
There's a lot of
he's
just
notable
say you
sadism.
want a brothel. Just say you want a brothel hotel. That's what you want. That's exactly.
I have one of those. I have one of those in my list. I do.
That could be one of the clubs at night, right? It could be one of the clubs at night. It could be the nightclub there at the hotel.
Yeah,
right?
it could be like a Gigi Allen concert where you sign a waiver. I won't sue if I get touched. Like, that's what would happen at the Marquis de Sade Resort Spa. It's almost as bad as the Quentin Tarantino foot spa.
You know what? You know what would be perfect marketing? Just opening a brothel, but calling it the Lamar Odom Hotel, and everybody will know what it's referring to. Like
There
they'll
you
be
go.
like, oh, okay, we
So it's
go do
undercover.
drugs and whores there.
So it's undercover. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm not hip. I don't know what that refers to.
Lamar Odom. You
Oh.
know who Marcus Desaad is, but you don't know who Lamar Odom is.
No, I know who he is. I don't know why he would be associated with brothels. I haven't heard this.
Did you
Because
want to?
he
Did you?
overdosed at a brothel.
Oh, well, that's where you would do it. Because at least you know if you paid, they'd finish you after you fell asleep.
Oh.
Man, dude, you dark.
Did you have a slideshow too, Dan? Or you're gonna yours?
No,
are,
I have no slideshow. I just
Okay.
have ideas.
Well, then what we'll do
Dana's
is
like, I'm out. No, Dana had to go somewhere real quick, everybody. But
she'll be right back. There you go. So that is a background. Go ahead.
so I have an idea for a hotel named Holes in the Desert. It's based off Casino,
Okay.
and every night they let you sleep buried under several inches of sand. Under several inches of sand, you be buried in a fucking hole in the desert. Hi, Dana.
She's like, what did I walk into?
So I have this sadistic idea talking about sadism.
You would have never guessed it.
It's called the Free Bungee Hotel. Every room has a balcony with a bungee cord you can use whenever you want. And I think if we get enough people in there, it will be a giant Plinko machine. Ding 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 ding.
Jeez.
Do you think anyone will go?
Oh God.
What's wrong
Okay,
with you?
fine. Nobody likes that joke. Now, I did think of a hotel/brothel also. And it's not like I have any features. I'm not going to go into detail. Don't worry.
So jeez.
I have no features for this. I just have a name called Admit It, You Came Here for the Whores.
Oh jeez.
That would be the best brothel name. Why else are you there? Came here for the whores.
Oh Lord.
All the restaurants have something to do with it. No
Nick
details.
is right. There should be an Area 51 themed hotel. And then I think it should be like based off Mars Attacks. So you would hear every time.
Oh.
And I only have one other hotel. I don't know. It depends which phase in life you're in, whether this would be good or bad. It's called the Clinger.
The Klinger?
The
What?
Clinger. Every room is assigned an overly attentive bellhop who will follow you around to Vegas your entire stay and just be like, do you need anything? Do you need anything? Do you need anything?
So you have a stalker, essentially, who is following
No,
you.
a Clinger. You don't want to get sued. Know the marketing, man. Clinger. That's what it is. It's not the Clinger. Okay, it's not the same as the other Clinger hotel, which is about those toilet experiences that they're like, just get off. It's a different hotel.
Oh my gosh, Sergio has a great one. Fallout New Vegas. That
there you
seems
go.
so awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like an apocalyptic hotel, and then where you're like, "Where's your food cafe?" And they're gonna be like, "Bitch, find a can of food somewhere. Good luck."
That's right.
How much do you have to pay the employees that want to be mutants to pull out some of their teeth for realism?
Oh,
Can I throw a little acid in the face? It's an extra $50 a week.
oh
No.
no.
Nick has a pretty good question. I don't if anybody wants to tackle this one. How come they don't have a hotel/comedy club, but massive, huge guests and entertainers?
Oh, guess what? They actually have a lot of the hotels in Vegas do have their own little comedy clubs. They just don't do as well. Jimmy Kimmel actually opened a comedy club the year
Couple years ago.
2019.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
And
End
how
of 2018.
dare you eat into the market of people that are retiring in comedy and want to stay in one city? That's what happened. Like, there's a lot of people that they're great comics, but they decide, fuck it, I'm just gonna go stay in Vegas and people will come to me, and it's a great gig. Like, if you could get like at that point, because it's like, the road can be hard. If, Stefan, you've toured, you've probably slept in a weird place where your neck hurts.
I slept in a 15-seater van several times, days on end, and I got to tell you, when you are doing 4 shows in a row, and nobody in the van has had a shower.
Woo!
15-seater van.
Ew, that is disgusting.
I don't think you're gonna sleep very well.
I don't know. I don't think comedians do well doing like residencies in Vegas, unfortunately. Magicians do and other acts. But I
amazing
think it's harder
Jonathan.
for comedians.
Great.
Like Monique just did one. I don't know how long it was running, but Monique did a residency recently.
I know.
Was it longer than a few months?
And probably not. Like so that's what I'm saying. I don't think it. I think it's a length issue, like a length of the residency. Like
Yeah, I know. Several years ago when we went to Vegas, and I felt bad I didn't have enough money to afford it. I wish I did. I would have gone, but they had like several. Caesar's Palace would have. I think they were like. I don't remember the length, but I know it was more. It was about or more than 3 months. But they do that with Seinfeld and Chris Rock, and I was so mad at myself that I wasn't able to go because those are two. I love those two comedians. Oh man.
Well, it would have been great. Well, as we wind things down, anybody got any shows coming up? You always got shows. Let's hear them now.
Right. Dad Fan and Friends tomorrow. My bun is like, I feel like my bun is turning. I'm trying to, this is my Marie Antoinette, let them eat cake. I'm celebrating the inauguration with the tallest bun that I could create. And that's I had this tall thing on Tuesday too. Dad Fan and Friends tomorrow. I've got a birthday party on Saturday. Now, interestingly enough, she wants the world to come, but her name is Melody Bird. Even though she doesn't know the world, she's like, you could have your friends come. I don't care. Like, just have everybody come. She's like, I think everybody should be at my birthday party. So I'm doing this semi-public birthday party I think they're out of Chicago. But as far as what I'm promoting on the web, I would just say Dad Fan and Friends. But we'll get to it. I'm excited. I'm doing Sketchy Women comedy, it's next month, but it's just exciting. And I'm coming off of Hot Medusa, which is one of my I have been wanting to. I've been just trying to get to one of
everybody. I'll be right back real fast. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I get to one of Sawan shows, but it was nice to be a part of her crowd. That was funny. It was nice to be part of her crowd. But to answer the question much better, Dad Fan and Friends tomorrow. Like, we'll just leave it at that. Dad Fan and Friends. I can't talk all of a sudden. Dad Fan tomorrow. I've got Carol Newell again though on the 30.
Oh, nice.
So we're all so that's
That was a fun show. That was a really fun show. I got to try some new jokes, and that was the first time that one of the first times doing a show where there wasn't an actual Zoom audience.
That's what you guys were talking about. Everybody was you were fussing about that. So how did it feel?
Very. Not gonna lie, it makes you a little sad.
Sad because you're looking for the response. Like, tell me about it. I'm sorry.
Well, it's one of those things when you go do the open mics and certain things get laughs, and maybe some things need work so they don't get as much. But some get laughs, and then you go do a show and then there's no laughs there, and you're like, okay, did I just suck? Because the last 8 open mics, man, they were cracking up. What the hell's going on?
Right. It's a confidence builder. Confidence builder. Well, did the other comics,
everybody, all the comics got a couple, I would say a couple, what would you say, Dan? A couple chuckles when we did the show, that last show we did? There was a couple chuckles, but other than that, it was like dead.
Well, it was a different type of show, right? So it was we were on Zoom with other comedians, which you know how comedians are, right?
We talked about that part. We know you guys didn't have the extra audience. We're trying to see if you feel like you got laughed. Because my friend Ilani Nicole was on the show with you guys. I saw that Ilani was on there. I've done her show one time.
Oh yeah, she's funny. She was funny.
Yeah, I did see. She did look familiar. Like, I've seen Dana perform with her as one of the MCs.
Right. Like, we've been on the show together, and then like last July or something, I was on. Like, she does a show out of DC, but hey there, Vanessa. But Dan, did you feel like comedians, were digging, how to, oh yay! Nick says y'all were both good. I'm sure they were. I'm trying to, see what the public has to say.
Yeah, no, the comedians were good at the show too. It wasn't, And the thing is, there are some audiences when you get in. I wish you could feel them out where you're like, okay, these people are going to try to be tough. Those are the tough ones where they're going to try to be tough. And I have been to only a couple. It hasn't happened much, but only a couple places where it's like, this audience is going to try to be tough.
Well, and
Damn
that's
I got to learn something around this.
The one thing I did like too is that it's Carol, correct?
Yes.
Carol. One thing
Carol Newell.
Yeah, Carol Newell. One thing I did like a lot, and I appreciate her dearly, not just for asking us to do the show, but also she was very freeing. And when I asked her, I was like, so is this an all clean comedy show, or because I've heard you got to ask a lot. One of my buddies was like, man, you better ask because you don't want to get in there and you got nothing but dirty jokes, and they're like, no,
right.
And she's like, no, you can pretty much do whatever you like. I was like, dang, I love you.
Do whatever you like. All right, I'm gonna just do a whole bunch of other comedians' jokes blatantly.
No. No.
Just blatantly,
I was on a show that was clean, and I forgot, because I can clean up, or I can, and I don't do a lot, but it's she had said a million times it was clean, and of course I got in there. I did great until whatever point where I said shit, and then I think I heard, by the time I heard and I understood her screaming out clean comedy, I think I said shit one more time. It's like, oh, fuck. I didn't say, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
In my mind, it's like, oh, snap. This is real.
Well, see, and that's who was it? My friend, Michelle Miyazaki, who was on the show. She was doing a comedy contest, and it was clean comedy. Mm-hmm. And I guess she got, I could have sworn, and I don't think I'm mistaken, but she said breasts or something, right? And I'm pretty damn sure that's what she said. And she got disqualified for that.
What's wrong about talking about tits, yo?
That would be the problem, but not breasts. Tits.
And that's what I mean. Like,
right? No. And I've been on two shows. Oh my god, that sucks though.
Isn't that crazy? Like, so people's definitions of clean, people's definitions of clean comedy, like from the different groups that I've been, around and stuff. Like, I swear to you, there's like 2 different groups of clean comedy.
Wow.
Like, some seem like it's extreme.
All right, guys.
Ever bring up ankles?
Oh, yeah, we're
out of time. We will talk more about this next.
Yeah, our producer is telling us to fucking stop. They want to go do some blow and finish their night in a party.
Right, but we did go over, what was it, last week, pretty rough. So I thank you, co-producer. It is
thank you so
They're
much
in my
for
ear.
watching, everyone.
To our audience, thank you guys for being here. Like, you guys are awesome, and we just like to Ronnie, Nick, Vanessa. Let's go up the thing. So many great folks. Always, I feel like I saw Brandy,
Sergio.
Brittany.
Brittany. I don't know where I got Brandy from. Sorry about that, Brittany. And I was trying to make sure we got all the names.
Yeah, we said Sergio.
All the names. All of them. All you people that interact with us. Keep interacting. Say all the stuff you want.
Oh, don't forget Brittany. Brittany showed.
We did.
And Ed Namrock, who was joining.
I saw the good brother Ed for a split second. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Thanks, you guys. And so with that, same bad time, same bad channel, same bad place. Oh my gosh, did anybody watch the new? We'll talk about it next week. Did anybody watch the new Batwoman? Is it Batwoman? Like, right? We had a new
hamster. I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, it's an African American woman. I'm just saying.
Nice.
Javicia. So we can talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next Thursday. Thank you.
Woo.
Thanks, Ronnie.